Maraya Wakurati Yatiraku Yatamaraya Tawasatu Yutu Yamakarate Eyawata Inakuyitira Masatu Yatu Yate Anarakam Yaturia Tishiase Turahima Ki Yatirahat Uchusu Marakiwata Yatrakum Kurati Araki Yanukuraya Sam Yatirawate. Namaste, welcome, beloved beings. This is a morning soul flow, and we are in a slightly different location, as you will see. We traveled overnight last night. Last night, was it? Yesterday? I've lost track. We had a last minute hit to come to the center of the earth, especially today. And here we are, we made it. So I'm on this little rooftop space. It's quite early in the morning. We should have some privacy. There's going to be some traffic noise because we've got very busy traffic here in Giza, but wanted to come on and just share the feeling. And the feeling is a feeling of freedom, a feeling of remembrance of the ancient ways, remembrance of who we are and where we have come from as a race. And it's not a looking back of trying to get somewhere that we have lost. It's not a looking back to try and regain something. It's a looking inward to know where we have come from, to know what is within us, to know that the golden age is not some future thing to be attained. It's not something that we are missing now. It's something that we are overlooking. It's always here. When we look to the past and we look to future, we look to these advanced civilizations and we think, oh, I wish those times were better, or we need to go back there, or whenever we make our ascension, then we can live again as our advanced brothers and sisters of the stars can. And what we are here to share is that it is always alive within now, for there is only this now. And when you put your good, when you put your God, when you put your golden age in the future or the past, you remove yourself from what is present, what is true, what is here, what is now. When we add the illusion of time to what is appearing, we always put it steps in front or steps behind. That's where separation comes from. We put this separation between ourselves and our good, our God, our golden age. The golden age is alive within us, and it is whatever age we are now, and it is represented by whatever it is you choose to think, feel, act, say today. I'm just seeing the pyramids lighting up in gold here around their perimeter. And so these structures, what we can see in the physical reality, is just what we can see in the physical reality. If you were to actually see what these really are, it would go like this. So the masculine above, seen, the feminine below, the unseen, the source. The masculine above, the seen, the feminine below, the unseen. So the invisible source of all things, the mother of all things, that which gives birth to that which is risen, the Son of God, the Son, S-U-N. Don't get mixed up in the S-O-N, which we also are, the son and daughters of God. But we are the Son of God, the light of God, the light of divinity. We are that which is the seen and that which is the unseen. And so the sphinxes, you can just see the other pyramid there, just above. I think you can see it. And it's also with the Sphinx, which is, we can't see it here, but it's behind. The Sphinx also had a feminine component, but also the difference with the Sphinx, the feminine of the Sphinx was also in a physical reality. So you only see, there is one physical Sphinx now, but there was also a feminine version of that, which was in the time when the feminine was very inconvenient to the priest class, the ones that wanted to control, the ones that wanted to make the divinity a separation. They completely desecrated that, and that's gone. You can't even see it. You can't even see it in the physical. But what is in the non-physical is not dependent on what is in the physical. What is in the physical is dependent on what is on the non-physical. Not dependent in a limited way, but the source of all is the feminine, the mother of all things. And what is appearing in the physical can appear and disappear, but what is in the unseen, in the non-physical, is always present, always there, no matter what happens to this. So what is underneath, what is below, what as above, so below. But what appears in the physical reality comes and goes. This stays. This is always here. And so with the Sphinx, yes, that was the physical counterpart, the feminine counterpart of the Sphinx was completely taken down, and actually some of the building blocks of that were used to create these physical structures. So today, the invitation is to look at what is appearing in your world, seeing it as the physical, and knowing that it's coming from the unseen, which is the non-physical, which is ever present, ever giving, ever living, and it never diminishes. It never can be damaged. It never can be added to or taken from. It is always alive. It's always giving life to. And so when we judge our life by what is physically seen, although these structures are ancient structures and very stable, they're always in a state of decomposition and always in a state of change and always in a state of flux. So if we base our lives and focus on what we can see, what we can feel, what we can hear, what we can do, what we can touch, what we can taste, the laws of the senses, what appears to the senses, are momentary, are fleeting, are passing, are coming, are going. So the mastery is, we live in this world, appear to live in this world of form, where what is seen, what is felt, what is sensed by the senses, what is experienced by the senses seems to be what is true. But the mastery is coming from this non-physical place, the mother of all things, the mother of the 10,000 things, and allowing the world to appear without identifying ourselves as what appears. So I use this divine vehicle, this divine vessel, this holy vessel of God, but it doesn't define who I am. This body will come, this body will go, this body will grow, this body will appear, it will disappear. But it doesn't define who it is. The I am behind the little I, the little me, the story of any lifetime, this or any lifetime, is just a momentary appearance of this unseen, of this feminine principle, this mother of all things, this womb of creation. So we don't need to deny the physical reality necessarily, especially when it's presenting and expressing the purity of the perfection of the Divine Mother. But also we don't invest all our reality in the concrete, in the physicality, the changeless, the changeful. If we can become aware of the changeless as the changeless, then the forms can come and go, the stories can play out, the dramas can be there, but we're not blown about in the wind. I met a guy yesterday, I love how he talked about it. He said, like a feather, like a little feather, it's just like blown about in the wind. And that sensitivity is a beautiful thing, but on the other side of it, you can get blown around by the winds of change. Whereas if you are the essence of where all this comes from. And it's not going from here to there, it's everywhere present. The feminine's present in the masculine's present, the feminine, the yin and the yang, and one is not better than the other, one is not higher than the other. They're just different principles and expressions of the same one thingless thing that is, the one energy that is, the energy we are, the energy I am, the I am that I am. So the invitation is to come from the source and use and experience and enjoy what comes and goes. Come from source, be resourceful, be full of source, and use and enjoy and express and experience what comes and goes. And so even though this is like this ancient structure, it looks very solid, and it has been at 1111, it has been appearing in physical reality for a long time. This is still ever changing. This is moving, it's not stable. It's degrading over time. You know, there used to be a golden cap on here, and even though it's stable, this is continuously moving and shifting, and it's not always still. But what is underneath the surface, what is underneath you, what is at your core is unchanging. You had when you were 2 years old, the eyes that you through are the same eyes that see through the body at 20 and 30 and 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. But the body changes. The body is really as we have always been. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in me. We are